This video was published by mbkpinternational.com. In this video, we're going to be talking about our infrared grid sensor boards, and that's these here. You have to open this compartment. There's just some Phillips screws on it, like 7 of them, and this plate will come off here. You will have to unplug this piece here, so it's just a little 2-prong plug. It plugs in there. On the other side, same thing, except it doesn't have that. But this is your infrared sensor board on one side, and the other side, if you're having trouble with them and you're going to replace it, this is what we're going to show you a video on how to check them without even replace it to see if it fixes your issue, if the new boards fix your issue, and if it does, then you can replace it. You don't need, it's a pretty simple process to go through. But before I do that, I'm just going to go over a few things. We do have a video on how to replace the boards. I'm not going to show you how to replace them. I'm just going to show you how to check the new ones to see if it fixes your problem. And if it does fix your problem, then you can go ahead and replace it. But we're just going over, if you have like a red light all the time right here, see how this is red? If you got a red light all the time, obviously it's not going to work. You know, it's supposed to be green, and that means it's okay to cut. But anytime you put something in there, it's red. So if it's red, it thinks there's something in there for whatever reason. There may not be, but it thinks there is. So there's a couple issues. If you got a red light all the time, it could be this data wire. Like it's green now, I'm just going to unplug the data wire over here. And it's just red all the time. You can see it's red over there. Either side is unplugged, it's just going to be red all the time. So either side, so if you got a bad data wire, or if it came unplugged somehow, it's going to be red all the time. If you got something on this on your screen here, so if you have these, if these have not been taken off, you can take them off. That way you get clean windows. It's just a film that goes over them. We usually take them off, but you may have one that didn't get taken off. If they have already taken off, just make sure these are nice and clean, so there's nothing in the way of that. You potentially could have tinted windows. This one's got some tinted ones on this side. You can see it's tinted. Why this side's not. In that case, you could just take these stickers completely off and see if that fixes your problem. They're just stickers that come off. We can always replace them, or you don't even really need the stickers. But that's another thing you can do to see if it fixes your problem, if you're getting a red light, or if it's just F1 sensor faulting you all the time. So when you got a red light, it's going to do this. You can watch the screen. I unplugged it and it's red. It's going to be F1 sensor fault, infrared fault. I'm going to plug it back in. Okay, we're going to go over this. And when we see these data boards, we'll probably send you a data wire with it. So basically, just you can unplug this side here. Turn it off is probably a good idea. Just turn it off, and we can unplug the other side. And then we're just going to plug these in here. There's a notch on one side. You got to get the notch in the notch hole. We'll plug it in there, and I'll just plug it in on this side. Okay, it's plugged in. So this first thing I do is, if you get some some infrared boards and a data wire, just check the data wire first. Put a new data wire on it. In this case, you know, it's green, so it's good. You can see the green light. There's the green light. Okay, so that's first, quickest, easiest thing you can do. I'm going to go and turn it off. The next thing you can do is just obviously unplug. You can keep that unplugged for now, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set this up to where I hold these boards in my hand. Okay, I'm going to plug these into this and hold it in my hand. Just give me 1 second here. Okay, I got these, and these are the boards you'd get if you're going to replace them. And I just took the new data wire and I plugged in this. Make sure it's pushed in all the way on both sides. Just make sure they're plugged into them there. And basically all I'm going to be doing is holding them up like this. This is going to be the new sensor boards. You can see how this one's, you can see the angle of that one. Just put this in the same way, and the angle, it's going to have to be just like that, where they'd read each other like that, just to hold them apart. Now, one other thing you got to do here is, this is the wire from the motherboard. And I'm just going to have to plug it in there. If you notice, some of these boards, they come reversed. Like this one's would go in like that, and the plugs are on this side. Why this one's the plugs are on that side? It doesn't really matter. They work both ways. It's just there's a 2-prong and a 3-prong. The 2-prong is for that on-off switch there. It just disables the bottom ones. You don't have to worry about that. You just need to plug this in. So you got the 3 one plugged in, and you got the data wire plugged in. Now this is going to be our new boards, and all I'm going to do is just hold them on the edges. Don't want to touch any metal on it. I don't think it'd shock you any, but I would just hold them on the edges, make sure, and I'm just going to hold them just like that. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the cutter. And you can see now it's red, but as soon as I get close here, and you can see it doesn't even have to be perfectly on. I mean, if you can see the light on that going red to on this, the light here. It's just got to be in the vicinity. See, I can go back and forth a couple inches either way, and it usually stays green. So I just hold them about the same city. You can see it's green now, and if it turns up, obviously it turns red because it's not lined up with this other one anymore. And you see this is working. This is all you have to do, just like this. And if it's working correctly, you don't have to do a cut or anything. You can just see by the lights, you know, if it's working correctly. And this is all we're going to do. That you can test it, and if it works, if it fixes your issue, and you can go ahead and install them. That's basically it. The other videos we have out there will tell you how to install it and stuff, and troubleshoot it. But I'm just doing a video here to show you how to do a quick check your new boards to see if it fixes your problem. Just hold them and just about like that, and you can see the light screen now. It turns red. So this video is published by mbkpinternational.com.